All right, y'all. Get comfy, get your wine, get your popcorn, get your snack, get whatever you want, get whatever, speaks to you. Let's hang out for a little bit. Welcome to Women's Sports Wednesdays, where I will be sitting here yapping about women's sports every week and what's going on and who's getting traded and who's playing well and all of it. Literally all the tea that you could ever think of. We're going to yap about it together, obviously, because why would we not? Yay! So much has happened this week and we just need to talk about it. I'm really happy that this is the week that my first video is coming out because so much went down. So let's get into it. First, unrivaled 1v1 tournament. Aaliyah Edwards, guys. I don't want to say I was in shock because I love Aaliyah, but girl, she literally was the last person I expected. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, I expected Fee to make the finals. That's her game. She can hoop 1v1. But Aaliyah Edwards, I thought it was gonna be Arike. So when Aaliyah upset Arike, I was sacked. She's fire. But I also think another person who people tend to underestimate, which is crazy to me, is Nafisa Collier, because I just don't understand how you can say you're a women's basketball fan and not see the type of player that Fee is. She defensively, everything she does is phenomenal. I think that all that yapping that people have been doing about her, I think we're headed into a villain arc for her this season. We're gonna see something from Fee. Now, we haven't seen yet, and personally, I can't wait. Also, the WNBA queens at NBA All-Star with Kevin Hart. I just love that they tower over him. I'm a 5'9" queen, so I love being taller than a man. And him posting the photo of them all together, but he cropped their heads out of it because he's so much shorter than them. Genuinely what? I don't think Kevin Hart's a real person, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I love that he loves the WNBA. And also the 2-on-2 tournament that was powered by Hennessy, Arike and Dejanay, Dub City. But it was really fun to watch, and I loved Asia's commentating. Whatever it was that Asia was doing, I need more of that. I think we all need more of it. Interviewing Chelsea Gray in the middle of a free throw, that's what we need. We need that banter, that lore. Please continue to feed us. Thank you, Asia. Speaking of Asia, they had a celebration of her shoe at NBA All-Star, and it was just so freaking cute. I am so happy for her. Her shoe was beautiful. And we've only seen, I think, 3 colorways of it, the black ones, the white ones, and then obviously the pink. And I love them all. I think they're so freaking cute. I actually am debating buying them even though I don't play basketball, but why would you not? It's Asia Wilson. I want to give her all my money. Sorry. Also, we kind of need to talk about the elephant in the room here, which for me is UConn, South Carolina. Now don't get me wrong, I'm a Husky fan through and through, and I love South Carolina too. So this was either way, I was going to be happy, but I'm also just I think I'm a bigger fan of Paige and AZ and KK and Sarah than I am of the individual players of South Carolina, just because I'm not as tuned into their game. But either way, I was going to be happy for the team that won. But I absolutely, without a doubt, did not expect what went down on Sunday. I had hoped, obviously, that everyone would play their best basketball. That was just my hope. But the way that UConn came out and they did not let their foot off the gas. I think that every team can look at the way that UConn played on Sunday and learn something. You've got Paige, who didn't even really have the best game of her career. Love her. But it wasn't stat-wise anything super crazy from Paige. But you look at players like AZ Fudd, Sarah Strong, KK Arnold, Ashlyn Shade. All 4 of them had some of their best basketball that day. That was probably the best basketball I've seen from all of them all season. And AZ said in their post-game interview, she was talking a lot about them just staying together and sticking it out together. And I think that was a really big reason why they won. And I also think that UConn, a lot of their players have been riddled with so much injury over the years that like, I think when you lose something that you love for that amount of time and you get it back to the caliber that Azzi's gotten it back, it's like, how could you take that for granted? And she doesn't. And she plays that way though. And I think that the translation from the mindset to the actual act of like the way that she plays is like insane. I think that her journey's awesome. And I think that she's gonna be a force. I think she's already a force, but I think even in the W, I don't think she's gonna declare this year. That's my personal opinion, but I just super happy with the way that she played. And also there's all this talk about Sarah Strong, and I love Sarah. I think she's like so freaking awesome at what she does. And she's just so consistent. Like she takes good shots. She creates space for her team. Like she does everything that she needs to do on a regular basis. I could talk about them forever, but I think that she just does what needs to be done consistently. And I think that that's why she's having so much success, you know? And I think also there's a lot to be said about this South Carolina team. I mean, Malaysia Fulwiley, she's a dog, you know, and something was definitely off during that game for them. And I think if I were in South Carolina's position, I wouldn't want anybody coaching me but Dawn. Like there's no other coach, I think, in college basketball, for women's at least, that could redirect a team's mind the way that Dawn does. And that's not to say that there's not coaches out there who could, you know, help their teams through a loss like that at home, breaking the streak. You know, you've got Aaliyah Boston in the crowd. You know, this is a big game and you lost. And I don't know if there's a lot of people who could pick up the pieces from that the way that I expect and without a doubt will see Dawn do. I'm excited to see this team in March. Honestly, both of these teams in March. I love the fact that there's no clear-cut winner for the women's national championship this year. I cannot wait for March Madness. It's actually going to be so fun. Also, WNBA free agency. Like, being from Indianapolis and being a Fever fan, I'm super excited about this super team that we seem to be building. I have no idea what's going on in these negotiations, obviously, but it's working. Whoever's in charge of that and taking care of those things, you're doing a great job. I love it. The fans are eating it up. Sydney Colson, I cannot wait to see you in an Indiana Fever jersey. I think they're doing a really good job of recruiting and getting the players that are bringing the missing pieces to this franchise. Super excited to see all of it. We've got All-Star here this year. I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait. I think the Wings have done a really good job of recruiting as well. Kurt Miller, you know, I have a saying. I always say Kris Jenner works hard, but Kurt Miller is working harder. One thing about Kurt is he stepped into that GM role and took it and ran. I never thought that I would be sitting here saying, oh, the Wings. You know, I'm a fan of that. Never in my life. But here we are. So thank you, Kurt. The Sparks. I'm so upset about Kelsey leaving Vegas. It took me 3 to 5 business days to actually process that we're living in a reality where Kelsey Plum is a Los Angeles Spark and not a Las Vegas Ace. But all in all, I am very happy for her. I think that was the right move for her. And I think Kelsey does a really good job of doing what's best for her. You know, she takes care of herself and she spreads a lot of positivity to others. So I'm really excited to see what she does in the franchise. I am very excited for this season, but I'm also trying not to get too attached to any teams because the CBA is expiring. And so it's all going to look different next year too, which I am not prepared for. I'm just trying to get through this year with y'all, you know, friends. All right, guys, that's all for this week. Let me know what you guys want to talk about next week because obviously there's a ton going on. I cannot hit it all, but I want to hear from you guys. So let me know. I'm actually off to Miami for Unrivaled. So let me know what you guys want to see at Unrivaled. I want to give you guys all the tea that you want and everything that you want to see. So let me know. Thanks for yapping with me, guys. This was so fun. I love talking about women's basketball and women's sports in general. And there's so much happening. So I just love doing this with you guys. Also, my sweat set is Comfort and there's 15% off and there's a link in the description. So make sure you guys check that out. I love Comfort. Their stuff is so warm and just cozy. Also, they donate proceeds to mental health services. Thanks for joining me, queens. Love you all. Cannot wait for next week.